Hello my curious sippers, we've all at some point heard of BTS, and ever since they took over the world it has been hard not to, especially with all the records. The band is always breaking when it comes to music, and there's just no stopping them, let alone their fans, and they're called ARMYs for a reason, so stay with me as we look at how the band came to be. What record did the group happen to break most recently, and just how dedicated are the ARMYs? And in what way do other K-pop idols suffer while BTS succeeds? Listen until the end to find out more about them, but before we continue, don't forget to turn on the notifications and subscribe to our channel. BTS, also known as the Bangtan Boys, is a South Korean 7-member boy band. The group consists of Kim Namjoon, Kim Seokjin, Min Yoongi, Jung Ho-sek, Park Ji-min, Kim Taehyung, and Jeon Jungkook. It's also worth noting that the members are also known under their stage names, while this is something that all fans know very well, and I'm still going to say them for the benefit of those who might be new to the world of BTS. So, in the order of as the names, a.r.m.y, Jin, Suga, J-Hope, Jimin, V, and Jungkook. The scouting process for the band began 10 years ago back in 2010, and in the first round of auditions for the Big Hit Entertainment, which is their label, the first members to join were a.r.m.y, Suga, and J-Hope. The second round of auditions came the following year, and the members who joined them were Jungkook, Jin, and V. And then in January of 2012, the last member came to the group, Jimin. And during their pre-debut days, the boys appeared as backup dancers for other big hit artists. And for those who may not be aware of the K-pop world lingo, debuts refer to a group of artists' first performance. Originally, the name BTS was an acronym for Bangtan Sonyeondan, which in English roughly translates to Bulletproof Boy Scouts, which is a reference to resilience. But ultimately, in 2017, the band rebranded their name and it now means Beyond the Scene. 6 months prior to their debut, the members started gaining publicity through social media channels, and at first it was their official YouTube channel, Bangtan TV, which at the moment has over 35 million subscribers. Their first video that they uploaded to the channel, a.r.m.y.'s cover of Kanye West's song Power. And fun fact, according to the leader of the group, the American rapper is one of his role models. Maybe one day we could see a collaboration between the group and West. Would you like that? So from then on until their debut until June 13th of 2013, the group would upload many videos from rehearsals, personal logs, and even the viral trend, the Harlem Shake. 2013 and 2014 saw the School Trilogy era, which featured albums Too Cool for School or Oh, Are You Late Too? And School Love Affair. These album sounds were heavily influenced by hip-hop and rap music. And at the start of June that year, over a period of 3 days on the count of Big Hit Entertainment, they started doing member reveals of the band. And looking at these dark and edgy visuals, it kind of amuses me that now I look at the visuals for their new single Dynamite. 2 days prior to their debut performance, the band released the music video for their first single, No More Dream. And the following day they released their first album, Too Cool for School. And then finally came the day for the boys to debut, appearing on the Melon Showcase they performed for their 2 songs, which are Bulletproof Part 2 and No More Dream. It's incredible to see how far the boys have come since then and the things that they have achieved. And then a month later, the band announced the name of their fandom, a.r.m.y, which stands for Adorable Representative of MC of Youth. And in case you haven't had a chance to notice, their name suits them very much because when they had to band together or to do something, the fans are a force to be reckoned with. And the period before their comeback, the boys spent traveling to different countries as well as giving back to their fans. Their first ever fan concert took place in March of 2014 in Seoul, South Korea with 3,000 fans in attendance. And then in July, with just 2 days notice, the band announced on their Twitter that they were having a surprise and free concert in Los Angeles for just 200 lucky fans. And later that month, the boys flew across the pond to Berlin, Germany, where they had their first European show. Though sadly, the fans weren't as lucky as the American ones, and in order to attend the event, they had to buy tickets. No freebies for them. Were any of you, my curious friends, at either of those first events? And after the School Trilogy, which talked about the themes of the boys' rebellion, the years 2014 to 2016 brought in the Youth Trilogy era, which in turn revolved around the struggles that the youth go through as well as growing up. And this era includes their first album, Dark and Wild, the Most Beautiful Moment in Life mini albums of the same title, Part 1 and Part 2, and the repackaged album, Young Forever. Their first single of this comeback era was Danger. And as the first beautiful moments of the album is released, it introduces BTS as a group that continues to grow and develop. The music allows the listener to sense the soft and resounding musical transformation of the group, and if you were to listen to the songs and shuffle, you would know that most certainly you would be able to tell the difference between the eras. So like June 2015 saw the release of their music video for the single Dope, which eventually became the band's first video to reach 100 million streams. 2016-2017 was the Wings' You Never Walk Alone era, which explored conflict and temptation. What's incredible with the music of BTS and their music videos is that it tells a continuous story of them as they grow up. So technically, when you listen to their music, it's not just that. It's also taking you on a journey. So when they released the album Wings, it made history by becoming the first ever K-pop act to chart in the UK albums charts at number 26 and debuting at the number 26 on the Billboard 200 chart. No rest for the wicked, as they say, not that I'm implying that the boys are. And during this time, the boys also topped the Billboard's Social 50 chart for the first time. And since then, and as of now, they have spent a total of 193 weeks at the number 1 spot, and because of that, they appeared at the Billboard Music Awards in 2017, where they received the Top Social Chart Artist Award. And like I said, they just keep on breaking records and smashing expectations. They also made history in November of 2017 when they became the first K-pop group to perform at the AMAs, and that just solidified their status as a band to be reckoned with, not just in the K-pop, but in the entertainment industry in general. When 2017 and 2018 rolled around, it marked the Love Yourself era. In an award speech by a.r.m.y, he called it the beginning of their second chapter, which was a turning point for them technically and musically, and this included the albums Love Yourself, Her, Tear, and Answer. And when you hear the album Her was released, it became the highest charting Korean album ever on the Billboard 200. And at the time, as it peaked at number 7, and with the release of the album Tear, they also finally earned their first number 1 spot on the Billboard albums chart. So hard work does pay off, guys. And with these albums, the boys embarked on yet another world tour that saw them visit 14 countries. And as reported by Billboard, in total of the tour, it was attended by over 2 million people, becoming their most successful one and the highest grossing concert tour by a non-English act ever. So this brings us to the 2019-2020 map of Seoul era, which is comprised by the albums of Persona, 7, and The Journey. The album 7 looks back at all the past years of the band since their debut, and 7 obviously stands for the number of members. And during that time, the boys also released a new single, Boy With Love, as a collaboration with Halsey, and it was an instant success. The music video for the new single at the time was the most viewed online music video in 24 hours, gathering over 74.6 million views. And if you think that's impressive, then stay with me to find out about their new single. And not to mention that they managed to stay on the Billboard chart for 52 weeks, so in other words, a whole year. And not to mention that they oh so casually made history by becoming the first K-pop group to present an award at the Grammys. And if you want to know more about that, then click on the link above. You can see that all the success that BTS has achieved, and besides their talent, a major part of that can be attributed to their fans, who, as I said before, are called a.r.m.y, and there truly isn't any other fan base that can match them. They're the ones breaking all the video and streaming records when the boys release a new video or album. They fiercely defend their idols and are always ready to get things to trend in mere hours, which led to them being the most tweeted about celebrities in 2017. Not to mention that they are more than happy to camp to get the prime spots at concerts. And here I don't mean camping overnight. Oh no. Before the group's first stadium concert in the US at Citi Field, New York, some fans have camped outside the stadium for close to a week. And if that's not dedication, then I don't know what is anymore. Now, on to the fans' streaming ability and record breaking. Last week, the band released their first fully English single, Dynamite. Get ready for the day, fans, all united together to claim back the record of having the video with the most streams in the first 24 hours. And as I said earlier, in 2019, the boys claimed the title with their collaboration with Halsey, but then in June of this year, the K-pop girl group BlackPink broke the previously set record with their video for the song How You Like That, which gained 86.3 million views in the first 24 hours. And seeing this, ARMYs decided to get it to 100 million views. And when Dynamite was first released, they did just that. They played the video over and over until they finally did it with 101 million. And now I don't know about you guys, but all this is showing me to never, ever, under any circumstances, anger the ARMY. But what does all of this success mean for the boys' bank accounts? Well, according to the wealth record, the band's estimated net worth is over $60 million, and reportedly each member has a net worth between $8 to $10 million. a.r.m.y and Suga have a net worth of $10 million, and they get paid more as they are the main songwriters and producers. Not a bad amount of money at all. Though you would think that one of the biggest bands in K-pop industry history and in the world right now would be worth way much more. But despite the members of the BTS earning quite good money, a lot of idols struggle quietly behind the scenes. The reason for that is because every idol has a debt and they have to pay it off when they start working. And this is due to the fact that companies pour in all of their resources into developing these idols, housing them, feeding them, and paying the bills as they perform on stage. As you can imagine that the cost is quite a lot, so idols must do a lot of work to pay them back before they can even truly profit. You know, Christine Park, a member of a disbanded girl group Ladley, shared that she's getting into the break-even point is very difficult, as the money companies put in so much more than anyone is expected to make during their career. A member from the disbanded group Madtown revealed that for one K-pop release, which usually includes a music video, an album, and many promotional appearances, a group can amass a debt of as much as $500,000. And while that amount is split between the members, it's still a huge amount of money, especially if you take into account the debt from their trainee days. Often, only K-pop groups who are famous enough to get some sort of lucrative advertisement deals can pay off their debt or even come close, you know? So for example, BTS, and while they probably make much more than what their estimated net worth is, a big chunk of it mostly likely goes to their label. And the less popular groups just rely on album and ticket sales and appearance fees, but even then these methods only pay so much. Song Jae-ho also added that during one promotional period, it's possible that one person might only make around $7,000. And there are other dark sides of the industry that if you want to find out more, then click on the link above. So, my curious friends, are you fans of BTS? Have you helped break any of the band's records? Have you attended any of their concerts? And what are your thoughts on the new single? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're a fan of K-pop, then be sure to check out our playlist all about the industry. And as always, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel. See you guys next time.